E.N.D here. Today we're going to discuss this beauty of a card, the SCARAB god. The SCARAB god, it's a mythic card, it's a legendary creature, it's a god, it's a mythic card from the set of Hour of Devastation. Hour of Devastation, I must admit that it's not really the best set ever released for Magic the Gathering. It's a set that did quite poorly. The only good thing about Hour of Devastation, it's obviously the invocations, the third set of the masterpieces, and this card, the SCARAB god. It's a very interesting card, it's a very strong commander card, and is the most valuable card that you can pull out of Hour of Devastation. That puts the card back in its sleeves. This is my personal copy, this is my personal SCARAB god copy. I pulled this one from my box opening of Hour of Devastation. I was very proud to pull the best card out of that boxes. And let's see a little bit of price analysis of this card. This card, I must admit, has a little bit of roller coaster price analysis. At first, at pre-release, the card didn't deem that strong. You can see here that at pre-release the card was valued between around $10, and that's because obviously being a legendary creature, being a god, was perfectly fit to be a commander in a commander deck. Then all of a sudden the card spiked to $45. Players realized how strong that card was. It was being played in standard, was being played in commander, and because Hour of Devastation was quite poorly received, few boxes were opened, few SCARAB gods were introduced in the market, therefore the price spiked to $45. As demand increases and supply is low, the price will increase. Then we see here a drop by time of the card, and that's normal. After the SCARAB god, after Hour of Devastation rotates out of standard, the card was not used anymore in standard, was only used in commander, and therefore we see a drastic drop in price to again $10. Then with War of the Spark and especially Throne of Eldraine, we see another here spike in price. And that spike in price is not because of Throne of Eldraine, it's not because of War of the Spark, it's because of Pioneer. And here we have another card that its price have been impacted by Pioneer. Pioneer saved a lot of sets from what we call the modern age. From the sets, let's say, Return to Ravnica today, the mass reprinted sets. Hour of Devastation is one of those sets, and thanks to Pioneer, we here see that the price has spiked again. And we're talking that this card, this mythic card, is being valued at around $33 to $35. Its maximum peak was $48, its lowest ever reach was $9. As I said, $10 was the lowest that you could buy that card. Nowadays it's around $33 to $35, which is not a bad price for a mythic card from a set that unfortunately was received very badly, but still printed a lot. Let's see the foil card. The foil card, we see here the same pattern, very similar pattern. Obviously prices are much more higher than the normal standard card. We see here pre-release was around $40, went down to around $30, it spiked to $80, it went down by time for every set that has been released, reached around $22, then it went up with War of the Spark and Throne of Eldraine and spiked again to $60 now that the card is being used in Pioneer. Currently value is around $57.50, let's say $58. Highest peak was $79.98, it's $80, lowest ever reach was $23, which is usually double as much the price of the normal card. This is the foil card, very beautiful foil cards. Now there is another version, another reprint of the SCARAB god, and that is the invocation. The invocation, yes, the SCARAB god was printed as an invocation in the Hour of Devastation invocation set. Nowadays we call them masterpieces. We see here that the card has a very similar roller coaster in its price At release, the card was around $80. It reached to $130 to $140. It went down again to around $100. It stabilized again. With War of the Spark and Throne of Elden, we see a spike. And again, here we see another small spike because of Pioneer. Nowadays, the card is being traded around $105, $106. Highest reach was $170, which is insanely high for a foil card, even though we know that the print run of the invocation is very low compared to the normal cards. And obviously here we don't see really and truly a right spike in price, only because, as I said, and as I will always say, these type of cards, these type of invocations, special art cards, these are targeted to collectors and not players. That does not mean you cannot play an invocation masterpiece SCARAB God, but why spend $110, $120 for a foil card when you can buy the normal version at $30, $35? That's why I always say, and I will continue to say, that these type of cards are targeted, are meant for collectors. These are meant to be collected, to be kept in mint condition, because that's how the price of this card will appreciate in value by time. Playing these type of cards obviously will ruin the card, and therefore, instead of appreciation in value, we'll see a depreciation in value. This is the SCARAB God. I hope you like these type of videos. I really like to do this type of analysis of cards that spike or decrease in price. Today, a card spiked in price, the SCARAB God. And here, the subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more interesting videos like this one about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.